Good morning and hello and welcome to the Budget Modeler Buddy Build with me, Steff, the Budget Modeler, and him, Mikey, Bearded Veteran Creates. How you doing, Mikey?
I'm all right, buddy. How are you?
Oh, I woke up this morning. Always an added bonus. What you been up to then?
Been working on Centurion, which is over there at the minute. Put the gun barrel on, done most of the turret on it and stuff for the group build for Friends Models of Heroes. And I worked on the Whippet yesterday, so I put the tracks together, which was such a pain because it was the individual track plastic things.
I've made it.
Yeah,
it's a great model, but they tend to fall apart on you when you start putting them on. So just be aware that it's going to be a nightmare.
Well, what I've done is because I tried it and I did it a couple of times. So what I've done is I've laid them out or stuck them all together in a line and put a length of cotton along it and then just super glued it on each track. So it holds them together.
Yeah.
So hopefully that should hold it well enough.
Cool.
You're right.
Me, yeah, why?
No, your eyes kept going, woo.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah, it does that sometimes. Right, before we have a look at what you've got done, let's go through the comments. Tiff says, morning, I'm here before the stream this time. Morning, Tiff.
Morning, Tiff.
Jim Alter got in. Good morning, gentlemen. Morning, Jim.
Morning, Jim.
AD says, second here. Morning, AD. And
morning, AD.
Yeah, spells it right this time. Chalky 72, Chalky reporting for duty.
Morning, Chalk.
Morning, Chalky. Tiffany saying, hey, AD, and hey, Chalky. Jim says, another fine day to build models, drink coffee, and exchange messages with two nice blokes. Where? Two nice blokes. You surely have us confused. Chalky's replying to Tiff, saying hi, hen. Duke's in. G'day, you blokes. Looking forward to seeing how you guys are going with the plane.
G'day, Duke.
G'day, Duke. And Jim says, good morning, Tiffany. And Mrs. W is in, just lurking.
Morning, Heather.
Morning. How are you doing? Right then. Let's have a look at the Albatros. Get
Albatros. I'm going to switch this light on, make it a bit better. Bing. There we go. Light magic. Right. So I put the cowl in on last night because I was going to prime it. And I thought, I'm going to end up with primer all over the place. So if I zoom in, zoom. There you go. And then focus. There you go. So yeah, that's looking pretty good now, I think. Meow.
You have to do that. It's the law.
Yes.
Meow.
What I found is it's a lot easier if you break the glue on. You know, the glue that holds the engine into the frame.
Yeah.
So that you can move the engine around. It's a lot easier.
Right.
Because the frame's not quite in the right positions and things.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I've got to fill up here a little bit.
Yep.
That's about it, really. Add some more little bits onto it, and then I can prime it. Ooh. Yeah.
Nice.
What about you, Steff?
That's looking really good, mate.
Thank you.
Right, we've got some more comments. Tiffany asks Chalky if he's having a good day. Jim says, no, Steff, I have it right, and stop calling me Shirley. Albatros, says Jim. Oh, James is in. Model officer says, morning, one and all. Morning, James.
Morning, James. Still alive?
I spoke to him this morning. Oh, he looks deathly pale. He looks terrible.
He looks like that anyway.
Yeah, true. I keep asking him for a stash, but he keeps saying no because I'm coming out the other side. Tiffany says, morning, Jim. And Jim says, model officer, good morning, James. Hope you're doing well today. Chalky says, Tiff, I'm good. How's you today? James says, as well as can be, my friends. Glad to hear it, mate. Tiffany replies, Chalky, I'm okay. Tablets are working nicely, so I'm pretty buzzed. AD says, all right, Tiff, you're okay. And Chalky says, at Mr. W, hi, say hi to Rog for me. And model officer says that was a no makeup call, Steff. Steve's in saying hello, everyone. Right,
Hey, Steve.
What have I been up to? I've been working on the Voyager, which, if you've seen Tuesday's show, is coming along quite nicely. That's under there somewhere. I've been working on the Cauldron. Let's go there and go there. Is there anything I can show you on the Cauldron that I've done? If I can reach into the box. Come on out. There we go. Right, so there's the wing frame. Sorry, there's the tail struts. And I've got, if you can just about see on there, all the eyelets are done. So every single eyelet is on.
They are tiny.
Yep. You think they're tiny? Wait to see that. Not. And I've been doing the connectors and I've been doing the connectors and the turnbuckles. I'm making them myself, and I've made myself a couple of jigs. So let's take this out, okay, and this out. There you go. It's a bit of U-beam. So this one is the 5mm one.
Yeah.
So that length there is 5mm.
Yeah.
Allows you room for your knife.
Yeah.
And then that is a bit of a support. So if I get a small bit of rod in there. So the way you make you do brass rod,
yeah,
is you take a scalpel,
yeah,
and you score the rod, and then you clip it with a pair of pliers. So to score it, you put it in there, and you do it backwards and forwards, and that then scores it. And then I've got these pliers, come on, which I then just go nip on the end, and it makes it 5mm. So I've made that one at 5mm, and I've got that one at 3mm. You can make them any size you want. I'm very tempted to see if there's anybody I know who can design a load of these. So there's a 3mm. Design a load of these in 360 for me.
Yeah.
And I can then I can do them in all different sizes. So ranging from 1mm up to 10mm, because you won't need any bigger than 10mm.
No.
So yeah, I've designed those. So I'm quite happy with those. And then I found some even thinner wire than the copper one I've used.
Yeah.
And you thought they were small. There you go.
Good grief. I'm definitely not going to be able to do that.
Oh, yes, you can. Simple, mate.
I can't. I wouldn't even be able to see him.
You've got your glasses on. You'll be fine. Trust me. I'm a tree surgeon. Look, if I can make them, mate, anybody can. That's the thing. I'm no brilliant. I was an engineer. Yeah, you're an engineer.
True.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just practice and learning. So the Albatros. Where am I on the Albatros? It's all closed up.
Yep.
Foamed up, masked off, and I've just been spraying it with Mr. Surface of 1500 white.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's rough stuff. And what it does, it highlights where you need to fill. So I've got one there.
Yeah.
I've got one there. I've got bits to clean up there, bit of filling to do there. And lots on the underside. So it just shows up exactly where you need to smooth it all out. And so I'll be doing that today. So just cleaning up all the seam lines and everything.
Excellent.
And then it's on to redoing. I've looked at the aircraft and these panel lines, I really don't like them.
Yeah.
I really don't like them, but
Not great, are they?
no, they're way too big. And I think it was just where the different panels joined, where the lines, the
Different
wood
bits of
support
ply.
stuff. Yeah, I think that's all it was, but it's on there, so I may as well make use of it. And what I'll do is, when I prime it white, I'll just use, where are we? No, not the black. I've got Mr. Surface and Mahogany somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'll use that just to do all the lines there. So it just gives it a bit of difference.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's where I am with the Albatros.
Excellent.
So let's have a quick look at the comments. But where are we? So Tiff says, yeah, I'm good, AD. How are you? Tiff is saying, hey, Steve. Duke says, I made it to see my two granddaughters today, Mikey. Only took 2 whole days to drive from central Victoria to southern Queensland. Oh, nice.
I still say it'd been easier to fly.
Sorry, go.
No, I was just saying it'd be easy to fly, but fair play to him.
Yeah,
That's dedication.
Jim says, at Steve T, good morning. Chalky saying at Tiff, at least they gave you something that actually works. At Chalky, it takes the edge off it, but not all the pain. Got to see another specialist in June, and it's no longer sciatica I have. Oh, bless you. Yeah, I know what dealing with pain's like. Jim says, very good, Steff. I must make something like that for cutting wire to length for track link pins on my Tiger and Grant Tax. Very good, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, you can do it for that as well. Solid. Yeah. Get your solid rod and do exactly the same. You know, the hardest thing about this is getting, and it's a nightmare to judge the length. And I've never seen anybody make a jig like that before, so I thought, sod it, I'm making it. So I'll probably do a video on how to make it as well. Chalky72 says, it's great to see things moving in the right direction. Jim says, I have a full model links for both tanks. Oh, yeah, they are lovely tracks. They are full models. But yeah, cutting them off to the right length is a nightmare. Yeah, that should work perfectly fine with them. Chalky, whoa, that way to diddly, I would lose everything.
Me too.
Says, very true. Did you get my text this morning? And Chalky says, fiddly, not diddly. Jim, check that last message. Grant Tank does not require pins. Join the links. Need more coffee. Go get more coffee then. Chalky says, Tiff, yes, I did. Thank you very much. And Jim says, question, Steff, have you tried resin molded turnbuckles? Have you got a bank loan I can have, Jim? Why would I want to spend out 10, 15 quid for a set when I can make them for probably the same amount for about 3 quid? That's my attitude. Yeah, I can make them cheaper. Now, if there's certain things that are out there on the market that are cheaper to buy than to make, then I'll buy them. But otherwise, it's like, no, I always make my own stuff if I can. And it is just thinking outside the box most of the time. Right, how does this work? How does that work? Can I get away with doing this and that and the other?
Yeah.
So that's what I do. All right, so we're both going to be starting to do some modelling, and if I miss your comments or take a while to get to your comments, I apologise profusely, but I will get to them as soon as I can.
Hey, there you go. So I'm going to go that way.
Yeah, I was thinking of trying to get this done for the Milton Keynes show next week, but that is not going to happen.
No. I'd say that's highly unlikely.
But if I work my butt off, I should be able to get the cauldron done for it. If you're anywhere in the vicinity of Milton Keynes next weekend, come along and say hi at the show on next Saturday.
Are you doing a show, are you?
Yep.
Ooh. Ooh. There you go. Hopefully that should give me enough of a gap. Oh, I need to do that now. Too short.
All right. I'll just do this part here, and then I'll jump on the question on the comments.
Yeah, you're getting quite a lot of comments now, aren't we?
Yep.
That'll do.
Right.
Sorry, Kay's getting it. It's the postman.
Yeah, Jim Altigott says, just asking, Steff, frankly, they seem too fragile and not worth investment. Yeah, they are, mate. The thing is, plastic resin, doesn't matter what it is, when you get down to that size, they get really, really fragile, and you break more than you actually use.
It's fragile anyway, isn't it, for resin?
Yeah. So I found it far much easier to make my own. I am laying claim to that jig because that's my invention. But the way I do them, I was inspired by somebody called Flying Circus Models. If you've not seen his YouTube channel, he does World War I aircraft, and he's bloody good at it. So go check him out. Have a look. He's very good. Duke says that's a great idea, Steff. Thank you, mate. Jim says, I admire that spirit of scratch building and fabricating, Steff. Always look for a homemade alternative. Yep, it's key. It's cheaper, mate. That's the main reason. Because, yeah, the more money I can save on tools and thinners and glue and stuff like that, the more money I can spend on models. Woohoo! Kieran says, morning, everyone. Hello, Kieran.
Morning, Kieran.
Is that the noise a cat makes when he gets his nuts caught in the vice? If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Postman, again, says Tiffany.
Yes, he comes every day.
Really? Do you want to change that?
Every day.
Jim says flying circles. Flying circus models is awesome. He's very good. I do enjoy watching.
Flying in circles models.
Yeah. Have you seen him, Mikey?
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Oops.
Okay, got a couple more points.
This is why we ended up getting moderated to do it Thursday. Yeah. I couldn't keep up with the comments and model at the same time.
Who did you get?
Tiff.
All right, cool. Chalky72, Tiff, if I made some pea and ham soup for when you come up. Model officer, the good thing to come from this enforced thing in my arse, I have managed to work out build schedule. Cool. Steve T, I was planning on starting a new kit today, but there's so many sprues in it. I'm quite scared off. Don't be. Label them up and make a sprue holder.
Just enjoy it.
Yep. Never be scared by a model.
Just trust the process, mate. You'll get there.
Yep. Tiff says that Chalky. Oh, thank you. Not sure when it'll be, but defo next week. I'll text you to let you know when, just so I can make sure you're in. Chalky says that's Steve T. I'm with you, bro. I wouldn't know where to start. At the beginning on number 1 and the instructions. Tiff, it's in the freezer, says Chalky. Jim says, jolly good model officer. Build as much as you can while you can. Oh, hell yes.
That's better.
I think the most frustrating part about doing seams is when you do this and then you check, you've got rid of your seams, everything looks lovely and nice and clear and clean, and then all of a sudden you get what they call a ghost seam, which is where it just appears out of nowhere, and you're like, where the hell did you come from? I cleaned and cleared all you. What are you doing? What's going on? Why is this happening? It's so frustrating sometimes.
Yeah. Kay came in and didn't realise. She knew I was doing live, but she didn't realise I was actually presenting live. Bless her.
Well, there's the top part done. Now for the hardest part. The bottom. Because it is a right mess. Yep. Comments. I hereby nominate Tiffany as the moderator for this group build. That was Jim, and Jim says, Steff, the drill you are using, is that a standard drill with a speed controller? Yes, it is. It's a 12-volt one. It's a lot better and easier to use than my Dremel. If I'm just ripping stuff out, I'll use the Dremel. But this has got, because when you use a Dremel on plastic, it tends to melt the bloody thing. So, oh, is that as long as it will go? That's as long as it'll just, nah, I'm going to have to move my main camera. There we go. I've got one of those. So I can crank it up and it goes all the way up to 24 volts, but I'm not going to use that because it will blow that, because that's only 12 volts. So when I'm doing this, I usually have it on about 5 volts. Or 4.99, that'll do. So 5 volts, and it's a nice little speed. So I can increase it or decrease it as I need it, and yeah, do it like that.
Wunderbar. Does anyone else have any questions? I'm sure Steff can answer them for you. He's rather knowledgeable after all.
Thank you. Also, there you go. If, when you spray, you get it slightly rough, get a bit of... Oh, I need to put my camera back. There we go. Is that square? Yeah, that's square enough. And it gets a bit rough. Just get a bit of kitchen towel and very gently rub it. And that will smooth everything out. It takes all the horrible dimples off. Dremel is too strong for fine work on plastic, definitely. Oh, yes. Tiff says, thanks, Jim. Jim says, thanks, Steff. I need something like that for myself. Yeah, what I did also was it comes with varying connectors. So this one has a 2-pin plug. So I put it in there, screwed it up, connected it up, and there we go. That has changed how I clean things up and drill things and sort things out. If you've seen the Voyager, then I use this on all the windows to drill all the windows out that I've done.
Are you enjoying doing the Voyager?
Oh yes, it's great fun. It's something completely different.
Is this something you'd do again? Say if you got the original Star Trek Enterprise or something.
I've got it.
Nice.
Yes, I would do it again. I'm pretty lucky because I've got a friend of mine who does electricity.
Yeah.
He's done a load of stuff for me for the Voyager. So that is a great help.
Excellent.
But yeah, it's something that I'm really enjoying, and yes, I would do it again.
Maybe you could do a Klingon battle cruiser or something at some point. That'd be fun. Could you imagine if you could make a way of it actually cloaking? That'd be so cool. or a way to make it look like it's being cloaked.
If I could do that, I'd be worth a fortune to the army. Or the military.
They've actually invented like a plastic sheet that can do it, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. It won't be long they can put it on uniforms.
Poor bastards. They'll be told, you're invisible! No, you're not.
You just look like a load of floating heads going around the field. It's actually quite funny, I think. Nice.
So look, see if we've got any more comments. And that's the thing, you get into that and it's like you disappear. Oh, crumbs, yes.
This is why we've got moderator now on mine.
Yeah. Chalk says, that's Steff. Would it be more prudent to use an emery board instead? No. The main reason for that is an emery board is quite solid. Yeah, you can bend it slightly, but getting that curvature right, you tend to flat spot the seam. With these, they've got give. They've got a bit of give on the top. So that then conforms to the art. And if I need to get down to real fine stuff, then I've got my homebrew foam sanders. These, so they conform as well. That is a lot quicker than that, but that I'll be using in a bit on these tricky side fillets here, because getting in there with that, I'm going to rip the wing apart and I can't get the angle right. But with using these, I've got to be careful about some of the fine detail on there that I may end up ripping off, because me and finesse don't go together. I'm very good at going, ah! So yeah, but there you go. That conforms nicely, that does. So moving on. Thanks for that, Chalky. Tiffany says, it's up to Steff. I'm a mod on Mikey's channel, mainly for links to be posted in chat. Okay, cool. We'll see. Here is a link to Steff's channel if you guys haven't subbed yet. Oh, thank you very much, Tiffany. I can only have 2 people. So if it's Mikey's turn, then he'll be doing it. So it just depends. I'll have to look into it. I may need to bump this up.
Yeah.
Steve says, I was going to buy a drill like that, but was warned against it. Was told they can be too fast and too easy to go too far. So I chickened out and bought sanding sticks instead. You need a speed. There you go. This is 12 volts for this. Way too high. Way too high. There you go. 5 volts. So much difference. You need a variable speed controller, and you can pick those off AliExpress. I think around about 10 quid, somewhere like that. Well, it was when I bought it. Duke says, have you guys found the undercarriage? I've been thinking of making some wooden struts for strength. Oh, how have you found the undercarriage?
Flexible as hell.
There's the undercarriage.
Mine's metal, I think. Oh no, I just painted it metal.
So, yeah, that should, once it's in place, it should be fine. But what I tend to do for things like that is I will snip the little knobbing off the end and put a small bit of metal wire, copper wire in there, just to give it a bit of added strength. So I'll probably go in about 2 or 3 millimeters on each one and then do that. So that usually gives it enough added strength. Jim says an Aussie modeler named Paul Price has a large-scale model of the original Star Trek Enterprise, and it was functioning lights too. Looks bloody awesome. Yeah, I've seen that one. Also, there's a guy doing a 1/72nd scale Enterprise. It's ridiculously huge.
That'd be like film set bloody size, wouldn't it?
Yep. What putty are you using, Mike?
Humboldt model filler.
Cool.
Cheap and cheerful.
Yeah. Jim Altscott says, question for both of you. What is your favourite World War I plane? Mikey?
Ooh. Do you know, I'm not sure.
Me, I love triplanes.
I like the Fokkers and things.
Well, whether it's a Fokker or the Sopwith triplane. I've built the 1/32nd, sorry, 1/24th. Is it 1/24th? No, 1/32nd Fokker dry decker. I've built that. I've got a couple of DR1 in 1/48 scale, and I've got a triplane, a Sopwith triplane in 1/32nd scale.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do like World War I aircraft. Yorkie says, Steff, gotcha, thank you. You're very welcome. I'm way too heavy-handed. Chalky, I'm an ex-Air Force armourer. If it didn't work, I hit it with a hammer. Yeah, I was very heavy-handed. Very heavy-handed. But this has taught patience. It teaches lightness. It teaches easy touch. If you want to get what you want to get, and you're willing to try things, then go for it. It teaches those little, the finesse, because that's basically what model making is. You're finessing something. What about you?
What plane? Oh, am I heavy-handed?
No, what Chalky said.
Oh, about being heavy-handed?
Yeah.
I can be sometimes, but I'm actually quite a light person because because I was a vehicle mechanic, I'm used to doing stuff like that. And I don't know. I'm just a bit clumsy more than anything.
Yeah.
Like my dexterity is not great, but I manage.
Cool. And Jim says mine's the Fokker D7.
I've got that kit. It was my Secret Santa kit.
Oh, nice. I still haven't got mine.
And yeah.
No.
Yeah, he sent me the Edward Fokker D7 OAW.
Oh, who was that?
Jordan from London.
All right, cool.
I've also got the Sopwith Camel. I think I got another one as well. Oh, I've got the Hanriot HD2. That should be fun. It's a float plane.
Oh, no, I wouldn't mind making one of those. Especially a World War One float plane.
Yeah.
I would love the Felix, though.
Yeah.
From Wing Not Wings. But the prices of those, they're going for about 300 quid now.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's gone daft, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's get these bits on. Let's tell you what.
I've got 2 Sopwith pups to build from Wing Not Wings, so.
Ooh.
I've got the RFC and the RNAS one.
Yeah.
So that's the Royal Flying Corps and the Royal Naval Air Service one.
I read a good book of the Royal Naval Air Service.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think it was the Kamikaze Hunters or something. Yeah, Kamikaze Hunters.
All right. What's that about?
It's really good. It starts off, like at the beginning of the Second World War when they were first bringing in like proper aircraft carriers and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're doing the training at Yeovilton. And it's all about them going through their training and have to go over to America and everything, and then going fighting in the Pacific.
Okay.
Really good book.
Oh, yeah. You know, a lot of the Japanese torpedoes that were used at Pearl Harbor were deep water torpedoes.
Yeah, they just had little makeshift fins on the back, didn't they?
Yep, the makeshift wooden fins that went on the back. And do you know where they got that idea from?
I can't remember. British?
Yep. You know when we hit the Italians in their harbour?
Yeah.
In their the shallow harbour.
Yeah.
They worked out that they put these little wooden things on the back of the fins.
Yeah.
Which turned them from deep water torpedoes to shallow water torpedoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Japanese managed to get their hands on some. And that's how they worked out how to do it.
Interesting. Don't pardon me.
Yeah, so any Americans watching, we're really sorry for Pearl Harbor. Sorry, Jim.
Sorry, not sorry. We needed to do something to get him into the war, didn't we?
Chalky says, at Steff, I was trained to kill, so no need to be gentle. Yeah, I take it your surname's White. Jim Altegott says, my biggest shortcoming is assembling and installing small parts. My sausage fingers make it difficult to work with tiny pieces. Have you got helping hands? One of those little things.
Yeah.
They're great. I use those for not only just doing electricity, but also if I've got really small parts that I need to put on things. Don't use them that often. But that and my Omnivisor, one of the best tools I've got. Jim says, I have a Wing Not Wings copy of the DV7. Sorry, the D7. Glad I bought it. Definitely intent on building it. Nice. The Japanese noted the raid on the Taranto in November 1940 and used that as inspiration for the Pearl Harbor attack. That was it, Taranto. Couldn't remember the bloody name. No need to apologise, Steff. Lessons in war are always painful to learn. Oh, are they ever?
We have to get into the war somehow.
Yeah. Chalky says, Steff, how did you guess my name? Are you a witch? We had a guy I used to work with called Dave Warren. And he rocked up on the squadron as an LAC, so small, he just out of training. And he said, right, I do not want to be called Bunny. I hate it. So one of the lads went, all right then, we'll call him Myxomatosis then. And he went, no, Mixie. So he was called Mixie for the rest of his career. So yeah, he's standard, isn't it? Ding a bell, chalky white.
Yeah. It always reminds me of porridge with Spear Chucker Jones and things like that.
Yeah. A friend of mine always tells this story. When he was in Germany, one of his best mates, who's sadly no longer with us, quite ironically, he was a black lad whose surname was White.
Yeah.
And his nickname was Chalky.
Yeah.
And anybody asked him, are you all right with us calling you Chalky? He's like, it's the proudest thing I have. It's my nickname. And one day, he was walking along, he saw him and went, oh, Chalky. He was on gate guard. And he said, you're right, Chalky. And he went, yes, mate, how you doing? And this officer overheard him.
Yeah.
And this officer threatened to charge him for racism.
Yeah.
So Chalky does no more than turn around and say, excuse me, sir. What's that? He said, I want to report you for racism. He's like, what do you mean? He said, that's my name. That's my nickname. I am proud of my nickname. And for you to do that is racist. So I will be reporting you. Can I have your name, please, sir? And you've never seen this officer move so fast.
Yeah.
And he was, what's the first rank? Is it second lieutenant?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of those. Just out of Sandhurst.
Yeah.
Thinking he knew everything, trying to stamp his mark, but doing it completely the wrong way.
Yeah. I seem to be missing a piece.
Uh-oh, what piece is that?
The little bits that go on the fuselage, between the wings and the fuselage.
Oh, the fillets.
Yeah.
Those bits that go in there.
Yeah.
They are on sprue A, I believe.
I've got 2 on sprue A and 2 on sprue B. And it's one of the sprue B ones that's missing.
What, one of them or both of them?
One.
Is it in the box?
Nope.
Knocked off in the box?
No.
I got some more comments. Jim says, I do have helping hand stuff, which works much better for me when I fasten it to the workbench. Jim says, I think I film stripes when talking about names. You guys call me Francis and I'll kill ya. Frank Holders in, we get this story every 3 to 4 streams. Lol. Yeah, we do tend to repeat ourselves. Tiffany says, Frank, I've been here since they started the streams and I've never heard this story before. Maybe you missed one. I definitely heard it 2 to 3 streams ago, but it's no big deal.
Could be mine because the same thing happened with me as well.
I think it was probably you telling me.
Probably.
So I'm just repeating your story to you.
Most likely. Having a senile moments, are we, Steff?
Yep, I always have them.
Question is, do I leave one off or leave them both off?
No, what you do is you scratch build one.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, Mikey, that's how I learned to scratch build.
Yeah.
Losing parts. Best way to learn, mate.
Yeah, problem is, how do I scratch build something like that? I mean, unless I can find a corner of a sprue or something.
Either find a sprue similar size and carve it.
Yeah.
Or layer up a load of flat pieces of styrene till you got the right height.
Yeah.
Do it that way. There's loads of ways to do it. Well, there's the plastic scored.
I know what I could probably use. Bit of train sprue.
Bit of what?
Train sprue, because it's thick as hell.
There you go. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Actually, it's about the right width as well.
There you go.
How much do I need? So, because there ain't no way I'm cutting through that with bloody snips. Yeah. Duck.
Is it finished, is it?
No. Kaylee, can you not open them, please? Thank you.
I don't make some light so seeing deliveries.
Yeah, the point is, I'm trying to control the light that's in here. So that it doesn't.
I'll put all your sharps in the bag as well.
Okay.
I've just got a bit of it now.
Yeah.
We're not having a domestic, are we?
No. She's just not listening at the minute. I was thinking before we came on, this is episode 15, right?
Yep.
So by the end of today, we'll have done 30 hours on this.
Yep.
That's insane. Ooh, they lost a piece of me train then.
Yep. That's a camera shot.
I think I'm going to need new saw blades soon. Right. Oh boy.
Chalky says, I kind build models, but I make a great diorama if I do say so myself. Oh, very nice. Do like a good diorama. Tiff, Chalky, you do make some awesome artwork. That mask is still on my bedroom wall. Nice. Tiff, why, thank you.
Why, thank you there.
Right, they're going to have to go again.
So it's gonna work. With chemical Callaway.
I'm not going to be able to answer questions for a bit because I'm just about to redo this.
Yeah.
First. Right, that's not it. Let's give it a quick light sand with some 250 2,500 grit paper.
Nope. Wrong saw.
There we go. Oh, got 9 people watching.
Ooh.
If you haven't already said hello, please say hello. You won't bite. Going to mute you, Mikey.
Sorry?
I've just muted you. Put some tunes on. There we go. Jim says, after this model is completed, what will be your next group build together? Not sure. I do have one in the pipeline at the moment, but I've got to wait on them just confirming what they want to do and when they want to do it. But I've just got to just leaving them alone at the moment because it's a bit of a rough time. My next project after the cauldron, I cannot tell you because it's a surprise.
The real question is, could you put up with doing a live show with me again?
Well, of course, because all I do is just do that, just remove you, just like that. See, that's easy. Chalky says, I think the painting will be the most fun for me on a model build. Now, I'm the opposite. I love the build. I absolutely love the build. What about you, Mikey?
Yeah, I really enjoy the building. I'm starting to enjoy learning to weather and stuff like that. But I seem to build an awful lot and just not get around to doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it's because I've got like 5 projects going on at the same time. I just feel like I'm not getting anywhere with any of them. You know, I am.
Oh, yes, I know that feeling completely. Eventually you do, because all of a sudden you'll start to go bang, 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 and things start to finish.
Yeah. I noticed last night on the Whippet, I've pretty much got nothing left to put on it now.
Yeah.
Same with the Chief Centurion. Pretty much same with the B-17 and with this. So I'm at a similar stage with all of them.
Hell yeah.
Enjoy doing tank tracks and things. Painting them. And weathering them.
Yeah. Oh, tank tracks are great. If you're kit bashing,
yeah,
you can just sit there in front of the telly.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just gonna. If it's too noisy, me airbrushing, let me know and I'll go mute.
All right. Can't even hear it.
Cool. I need to put my mask on because this is going to get horrid.
Health and safety.
That fucking elf, I ate it.
Let's check. Ground file, where are you? Square file. Ground file.
That went quick.
Oh, have you met my new friend, Steff?
Go on then.
He's ace. Ooh, he's getting a bit rebellious at me. He's knocking everything over.
Oh dear. Taz.
Yeah, man.
Cool. Nice.
Kay got him from Home Bargains for a tenner.
Oh, nice.
She always liked Taz. And she said he kind of looks like me without a beard.
Yeah. That's quite cool. Right. Let's move on with comments. Duke says, once you start scratch building, Mikey, the world will be your oyster. Oh, it just opens up so much, mate.
Well, I was scratch building and I just bloody dropped it and I can't find it now. I was actually nearly done as well.
Oh, mate. Jim says, at Chalky72, I agree, building a model can be fun or it can be a curse. Painting is a challenge I gladly accept. Steve T, I love the building but hate painting, as that's the stage where I tend to ruin the model. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Steve. Tiffany says, I like both parts. Building can be frustrating sometimes, especially with smaller parts, but the painting is relaxing. Yep. Chalky says, I was thinking of getting a spray, but don't know of any models or PSA strength. I need any tips. YouTube is your friend, is my first tip. My second tip is the consistency of the paint as a rule of thumb is sort of
Milky.
milk. Yeah, milk. But semi-milk, not whole milk. But, and a big but for this, is practice, because some just don't work like that. For example, white is a nightmare to spray.
Oh, yes.
It's horrid. White is horrid to spray. And it's just learning the best. It just comes with experience. Another rule of thumb I use is if I'm spraying large areas, I have my PSI higher, but the paint thicker. If I'm spraying smaller areas, I have my PSI lower with my paint thinner. And it allows me, because what I tend to do is rather than go, yeah, when I'm doing small work, I tend to use a lot thinner paint with a higher thinner ratio, but a lower PSI, so it doesn't blow out as hard, so you don't end up with spider's legs. And that just helps for doing the smaller parts. But for doing the bigger areas, like I'm doing now, the PSI on mine, I think, is about 15, 20, something like that. But when I do smaller areas, it'll be round about 12 to 10 or 10 to 12 PSI. So it just depends what you're doing. It's like anything, but any information you need, you can get most of it off eBay, off YouTube. That's where I learned a lot of my stuff. But then I also learned a lot of my stuff for my 50th birthday. My wife bought me a weekend away learning to airbrush. So that's how I learnt my airbrushing.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Well, I'm happy with that lot. A couple of bits that I need to do that I should have done first time round, but failed miserably. Completely forgot about them. They need filling in. But apart from that, yeah, I'm quite happy with the way it's come out.
Excellent.
Those seam lines on the top, just need to redo a line, do a bit of rescribing, and the same on the bottom. Yeah, so, right, leave that to dry, and then I can start doing that crap. Hey, happy days. Happy days. So where are we? Chalky, Jim says, I echo what Steph said, practice, experience and learning. Yeah, don't look at something and think, yeah, I can do that. No, because it'll just deflate you. You won't be able to do it straight away. Doesn't matter how good you think you are, you won't. You've got to practice. And that's a lot of I've said this before and I'll say it again, a lot of the YouTubers out there frustrate me no end because they make these amazing models. They are amazing modelers, but they don't show the mistakes. Yeah, if you want to show somebody or be somebody that somebody looks up to, yeah, show your mistakes. Don't be scared to show your mistakes, because if people see that, oh well, he makes mistakes, so wow, that making mistakes is fine, cool, brilliant, not a problem. But if people see them make their models and those models are amazing, and then these people come along and go, oh, if he can do it, why can't I? Well, you know what it's like today. They try and can't make it and it fails miserably. They walk away from the hobby, and it's not what we need. We need to have people coming into the hobby, because we have an amazing hobby and there are some amazing people here. It's just my pet hate. Hate is the wrong word. It's just bloody annoying. Just show your mistakes.
Your pet peeve.
Yeah, have a blooper reel at the end. Look at all these mistakes I made. Now, if I did that, the reel would be longer than the bloody video.
Mine would sound like Taz with all the swearing and everything.
Oh God, yeah. It's ridiculous. I will be honest. I have never ever made a model where I have not cocked up in some way. I have never done the perfect model. And I'm sorry, but anybody who says, oh, I've made a model without making a mistake, I bet you if I looked at it, I could find a mistake, because I'm a git like that. Yeah,
we can play Revit counters too.
Yes. Oh, hell, can we ever? But yeah, everybody makes mistakes, and that's what a lot of people have got to accept. You are going to make mistakes. You are going to lose parts. Oh, I lose a part every bloody model. Yeah, I may find it, but I still lose it.
Absolutely.
You've got to accept that, and don't know it's not one of these instant gratification hobbies. This is a hobby that you've got to work at.
It's a hobby to teach patience.
Yes. Oh, I had no patience when I first started.
I can believe that.
Oh, I was terrible, absolutely terrible. But now I'm like, well, just accept it. You're cocked up. Accept that. Take responsibility for it and rectify it. Right, I've gone off on one. Sorry. Jim Altegott says, I often learn more from my errors than my triumphs. Oh, God, yeah. Very much so. Also, what I try and do is per model, I will say, right, this model, I want to get better at this. Just pick one thing. Do everything else as normal and pick one thing. For example, do an exhaust. This model, I want to make my exhaust look brilliant. That is all I will really concentrate on. The rest I will do to my normal standard. And then the next model, it will be probably rigging. or the next model, it will be scratch building. Because my next model, I'm going to be kit bashing. Oh, there's a hint. So, yeah, I agree with you there, Jim. Chalky says, gotcha. Practice, practice, practice. Thank you. Luckily, I'm pretty good with paints. I've never used an airbrush. Yeah, they're a game changer, aren't they, mate?
Yeah. Chalky, we need to get you on Discord, mate, so we can have a proper natter.
What was he in? What were you in, Chalky?
Get you on Discord, get a join in with the lads. You'll be comfortable doing it in no time.
Mm-hmm.
The lads and Steff, that's.
Yeah. Chalky says that I'm waiting to put the time into almost. I'm willing to put the time into almost anything as long as I get some sort of pleasure from it. That's it. That's it. It's the pleasure. Kieran says Flurry Models has a series of YouTube airbrush tutorials about 6 years ago. They helped me get started because he covers mistakes, fault finding, and so on. Each was recorded live, mistakes and all. Yep, things like that. You can learn from. You've got experience is learning from your own mistakes, or wisdom is learning from other people's mistakes.
Right, I've kind of scratch built this now. Hang on, I'll have to move the camera down. There you go.
What's wrong with that? That's brilliant. It looks perfectly fine to me.
Yeah.
Are you happy with it?
Oh, I'm as happy as I'm going to get with it, I think. So that's the real one, and that's the one I've made.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent job. Well done, mate.
You ready? We're going to fly back up now.
Whee!
Oh, belly.
Tiffany says, what kinds of model would you want to try and build, Chalky? Chalky says, an artist, I know there is no such thing as perfect. No, there's not. You see all your mistakes in a model. Yeah. Tiff, Chalky says, I would rather try and get a finished model that's broken and build a model from that. Okay.
You can get them on eBay, no problem.
Yep. Part-started models. Dave Skelly, afternoon chunkies. Are we well? We are fine, mate. How are you, Dave?
In fact, Chalky, if you went to the doctors or whatever and get yourself referred to M4H, they'll be able to help you with that. Being a veteran.
Yep. He's a volunteer for them. Chalky at Kieran, cheers for the info. And Tiff says, at Chalky, I have some old models I don't want anymore. They're primed, but not painted. There you go.
Modeling beauty is incredibly generous. I mean, look at that kit I got off Mystery Box Nick the other day. That was phenomenal.
Oh, you know what we were discussing the other day?
Give me a clue.
About a specific model. Don't mention it.
Yeah.
A certain person says all you've got to do is message him and ask.
Righto. This is kind of working, I think. I'm going to have to do a bit of filling on it, but be all right.
Yeah. Kieran says, at Chalky 72, no worries at all. It can be a frustrating process, and something that worked yesterday doesn't work today. As Steff says, experience and perseverance is the key. Yeah. And the only way you'll get experience is by doing it. And making mistakes.
Okay, so that needs to be fun.
Yeah, making the mistakes, it's frustrating, it's annoying. Initially, I used to throw my teddy bear right out of the pram.
I can well believe that.
Yeah, and I just wouldn't touch the model for months. But I've slowly learned over the years, yeah, okay, I don't throw my teddy bear out of the pram anymore if I make a mistake. I just go, right, fine, how do I rectify it?
Yeah.
Because I spent that money, my money, on that model. How am I going to rectify it? Because I'm not going to do that anymore. And you just learn it. And it's anybody who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks, wrong. the old dog is not willing to try. That's it. That's the whole thing. Yeah, in a nutshell. It's
Tiff, can
nothing
you share
like-
the? Sorry, Steph.
Go.
I was going to say, Steph. Tiff, can you share the link to Models for Heroes page, please? The website.
modelsforheroes.org.uk.
Yeah, she's very good because she's the mod on mine. She can still post them in mine, right in the chat.
Right.
It pops
Yeah.
up on mine.
Yep.
So she's very good. She goes off and finds them and puts them up. Right, so I need to put some filler on this to square it out.
Yeah.
And
Just
that like
clean
that,
it.
you can see better.
Yeah. Just clean the airbrush.
There you go.
Cool.
The light's shining up it. There you go. Now you can see it. So that's the one that I need to fill in a bit there.
Yeah.
Flatten it out. It should be okay, I hope. Hopefully.
Yeah. For that, I would use sprue glue rather than filler.
Yeah.
I found I very rarely use filler. I use sprue glue.
Yeah.
The reason for that is the sprue glue adheres to the other plastic because it is plastic in glue.
Yeah.
And the filler, if you
Yeah.
slightly flex the aircraft when you're working on it, it tends to pop the filler out.
Yeah.
So if you've not come across sprue glue before, sprue glue. What I do is I've got my homebrew glue that I make. If you've not seen how to make it, have a look on my channel. It's on there. And then I get a load of sprue, probably about up to there. And then I top it up to about there, just below the shoulder, and then leave it for 24 hours. Give it a damn good shake. And what you end up with is liquid sprue. And then you paint it where you need it. And that will then give you a filler. You may need a couple of coats, depends how thick it is. I like mine quite runny. Some people like theirs really thick. But I like mine a little bit runny. And I just do several coats. But you've got to give it, I give it at least 24 hours to go off before coats. Yeah, it extends your working time. That's why I've got several different models on the go. So if I'm doing that on one, I can then do that, leave that for 24 hours and work on something else.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the link for anybody who wants it. Thank you, Tiff.
Thank you.
Dave Skelly says, I would also add that experimentation. Try new methods of valuable learning experiences. Yes, very much so. Don't be afraid to experiment. Chalky says, I would love to do a diorama with models made up by someone who knows how to build them. Steve T, I bought some Humbrol filler, but it's damn awful stuff to work with. I saw a video on sprue glue and made some. That's so much better than the filler. Oh, yeah. And it's also, people call it sprue glue or sprue goo. Tiffany says, here is the Models for Heroes and the Friends of Models for Heroes merch page. There you go. Here you go. It's one of our t-shirts. I think I've got the full range. So thanks for that, Tiff. And Chalky says, sprue goo. Ooh, a new one to learn.
She comes in handy, does our Tiff. You just chop a bit to sprue up, can't you? Just pop them in.
Yeah.
That's it.
What do you do?
Really the.
Yeah, here you go. So let's just do that one. There you go. And all I do is about that length.
Yeah.
Do a load.
Actually, I've got plenty of old sprue.
Yep.
Because I put some in a bag yesterday. Oh, that's cream coloured sprue. Yes, colour's not really an issue, is it?
No.
Because I have got plenty of sprue left over from Centurion. Yeah.
Cool. So what to do is then just chuck that in your jar and then leave it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and another tip.
Yeah.
Something I have recently found out.
Yeah.
A good pair of sprue cutters.
Yeah.
These things are like these are what are called side cutters.
Yeah.
So you've got a flat blade there, flat in there, and you've got a very, very sharp blade there. Now let's cut this and I will show you how good the cut is. There you go. That's how flat that'll go.
Excellent.
I found these on AliExpress.
Yeah.
And they are so worth it.
I might have to get some. 'Cause these ones we get off M4H, they sort of crush the styrene into submission rather than cut it.
Yes, they do. And I always protect these because they're my best set.
Yeah.
Because what I'll tend to do is use these. These are a nice pair.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with these. These both cut, and they cut a nice and flat.
Yeah.
But they tend to crush anything above it.
Yeah.
So just there you go. You can see that one. See where it sort of ended up in a V shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, another good thing, and you can get them from Model Zero stands.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
These,
Excellent.
they've saved me so much glue. I was terrible at knocking it over. So I print these for Models for Heroes. Malcolm sends me the resin and I print them off. So they are brilliant, absolutely brilliant things. Glue holders. And we've got circular ones for Tamiya pots and circular ones for Alclad and all sorts.
Excellent.
Right, where are I? Chalk says, Tiff, if you paint the models, I will make a diorama from them and give them back. A few broken models also helps the background. Oh, it does. Tiff says, I can do that. I have a box of spare bits that you can use too. Oh, Greeblies. We love Greeblies. Chalky, Tiff, that sounds like a great idea. It does. That's brilliant. Mrs. W, as always, lovely streams. Things to do. Bye, guys.
Bye, Helen.
Right, back in a mo. I need Cup of tea.
Okie dokie.
Oh,
Don't worry, I shall mind the channel for you.
yeah. Spitfire flying over.
Ooh.
We get
Guys,
them all the time.
fire. Yeah. There's some RAF lads in there as well, and maybe one Navy lad occasionally. Chalky. You'd be all right. You'd be safe. Besides which, I'm one of the moderators for it. Or you could just join my server, in which case I'm in charge anyway. Actually, I need to make Tiff a mod on that as well. Not that anything bad ever happens on there, but you never know. That actually doesn't look that dissimilar. So we've got that one, which is the one that came in the pack. We've got that one, which is the one that I made. So I just need to flatten that bit once it's set properly. Ah, thanks, Tiff. We are lovely, aren't we? do. Blend it in. Ooh, Tiff has post now. Yay. Not too worried about what it looks like from underneath because it's going to be on a base anyway. As long as I can get it to blend in, should be alright. It doesn't look that bad. For a bodge job. Oh, mate, we've got a lad in there that's just like that. So at least since he started with Friends and Multiple Heroes that he actually stopped getting himself into trouble. I hate hay fever.
There we go. Where are we at, Mikey?
We are at here. So that's the side with the bit that I made.
Yeah.
And that's sorry, that's the side of the bit that came on it, and that's the side with the bit I made.
And are you happy with it?
Well, it doesn't look too bad. It's going to be on a base, so I'm not too bothered about the fact that it looks a little bit off out underneath.
Mm.
I'll be able to sand that down. But doesn't look bad.
Cool. Right. Let's do some comments. Chalk says, I don't know if I could hang out with soldiers all day. I heard there are a bunch of... Yeah, see you next Tuesdays. Tiff says, there's a lot of great Chalky. I love chatting to them in Discord and listening to their stories. She says, BRB, I have post. Woohoo! Chalky says, you don't want to hear my stories. I get arrested at the end of most of them. Oh, yeah. Chalky says, and that's just when I was serving. Tiff says, right, I'm back. Just got my physio appointment through the door. Nice. Cool. Yeah. Let's move this one. Oh. Finish the show, and I'm going to go out with my lovely wife.
Ooh. We've got more posts to come today, I think.
Oh, nice. Anything interesting?
A new book, which is just all pictures of the trains used on the front lines in World War One.
All right.
So it's all photos of the like small gauge railways being used and things like that, and all the men that operate them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I thought that was a nice book to get. Not least because I actually want to build one of those little trains that they had.
All right.
Yeah, it's just that, and Kay ordered me something as well. I can't remember what it is. Yeah, it could do with Dremel in that, I think, a little bit. Yeah. I think once that's flattened out, that'll look alright, that. Won't look much different. Just needs to let it set first.
Here you go. I'm using my sprue goo.
But hey, I'm using my stand. My portable stand.
Nice.
There you go. Oh, that's for normal glue. This one's still digesting the styrene. Yeah, it is all starting to go mushy, but still digesting it.
Yeah.
Take a while. Ooh, nice. Okay.
What?
Read the comments. You'll see.
Give me a sec.
I'm not deliberately reading ahead. It's just caught my eye. You know me. I wouldn't do that to you.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky man.
Kieran, post arrived. Second-hand Fujima A7 Corsair 2 from for the Friends of Model Fear's Vietnam group build. Oh, very nice.
Look forward to seeing that.
I tend not to get involved in the group builds because I've got so much on.
Yeah. Well, if anyone else wants to join Friends Mod Heroes group, the the group build goes on for 4 months. So you've got plenty of time to join in the Vietnam group build. You can build whatever you want. As long as it's to do with the Vietnam War.
Here you go. Smoky.
Yeah.
Build a diorama of a paddy field.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just have a row of soldiers walking along an embankment through the middle of it.
No, not even that. Just a diorama of a paddy field.
I'm doing a Australian Centurion tank in a harbour area with the crew next to the tank, and like 2 of them looking at maps, one reading a letter, and another one having a shower. With one of those field showers that they had, with it's like a bag that hangs up.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to do that hung underneath the barrel of the tank, and then him having a shower behind everyone.
Are you going to blur his bits out?
They've got bubbles over them. You're not going to believe the bloody names that they put on the Australian tanks.
Like what?
Well, one's called Clitoris. Another one's called Cunnilingus. There's another one called Pubic. And the one I'm doing is called Pussy Eater. Because they were the only decal options. What else can I do? Ooh, I can start working on the prop.
Ooh, get you.
But I need to prime that first. Sand that down. There you go. There we go. Do. Oh, I remember what the other thing is. Medical alert bracelet.
All right, cool.
I wasn't sure whether to get one at first. I thought, and then the other day I was on Discord and I started feeling really unwell. So I said to the lads, "Oh, I think my blood sugar's going, so better scoot." And by the time I switched off and gone into the living room, I was nearly collapsing.
Bloody hell, mate.
Yeah. So I thought, best get one just in case I'm out and it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if I go around the shop around the corner and Kay's at home or something.
Mm.
Because metformin is awful fun to try and get used to.
The first time I was on it, it made me go, oh, weird.
What, even weirder?
Made me feel awful.
I've not been too bad on it.
And
Yeah, go on.
go on.
That's fine. Go on.
And I'd just been put on it, went to my first clinic, introduction to diabetes and all this lot. And I just sat there talking to him. I said, look, it's making me feel really weird. And this diabetic nurse says, you can't feel like that. It doesn't do that. I said, well, it's the only change I've made.
Yeah.
And it's making me feel weird.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that. You're talking rubbish. You don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, excuse me, you're telling me I don't know how I feel. Yes, you won't do that. But it is doing it. You need to listen to me. I don't know. I've got this. Yeah, I know. I've been doing it for. And I just stood up and went, I'm not listening to you because you're not
You're an idiot.
You're not listening to me. So I'm not listening to you, and walked out. Went and saw the doctor. The doctor went, yeah, it does that to people sometimes. We'll split it up.
Well, this is my first week, so I'm on the 500 milligrams, and then next week I go up to 1,000.
Yeah.
And the week after that, 1,500. Then the week after that, 2,000.
Yeah.
I mean, even now, my blood, because I checked my blood sugars when I got up this morning, and it was 7.9.
Right.
And after 2 hours after my tea last night, it was 6.9. But before my tea, it was 4.7.
Yeah.
So it's dropping in staying high and then dropping quite quickly.
Yeah. That's what does it. That's what makes you feel a bit weird when it drops really quickly.
Yeah. But we were meant to go out, so I ended up just sort of crashing on my armchair, and Kay just got me to eat like a massive chocolate flapjack. So we ate that, and then I just sort of dozed on the chair for an hour.
Yeah.
While she stared at me, telling me that she wanted to call an ambulance, and I was like, no, it's fine. Just let the sugar kick in.
Yep.
That's better.
Got some comments. Chalky says, Paddyfield, gotcha. Dave Skelly, I read an interesting white paper on Britain's involvement in Vietnam, Operation Mastodon, 1945-46. All right, interesting. Cool. Tiff says, just £12 a year to join Friends of Models for Heroes. Yep. There's the link. Chalky says, what, no Muff Diver? Chalky also says, just done the first rough sketch for Operation Paddyfield, Steff. Oh, nice. Cool.
I'll actually look forward to seeing that, Chalky.
Yeah.
You're going to have to join Discord so you can show us your work.
Yes.
Even your artwork. That's fine to show up.
Yeah. Jim says, been messing around with making an assembly jib for the Grant Tank track links. Yeah, I always make a jig. It's so much easier. You spend half an hour making a jig, and it saves you so much time.
Yeah.
If you make it variable width, you can also use it on other tracks as well.
Yeah. I'm enjoying building the Centurion. It's got rubber tracks, but it's the first time we've had things like loads of PE parts and metal gun barrels and things like that.
Yeah.
And the rubber mantlet cover. Yeah, I'm looking forward to carrying on with that.
Good. They're really good fun.
Yeah.
I really do enjoy doing things like that.
I can't wait to get onto me. I've got Mark 1 mail tank with the sponson cranes attached and everything as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it comes with a little trolley to put one of the sponsons on. I've got that. I've got Mark 5. I've got Mark 4. Ooh, I've got a Schneider and a Saint Chamond and an A7V to build as well.
Oh, very nice.
Decisions. Ooh, I've got a big boy locomotive.
Oh, what, the Rebel one?
Yeah. 48 centimetre long. It's a big beast.
Oh, you're telling me those things are not tiny, are they?
No. But they come with the track, luckily.
Yeah.
So it should be nice. I got a V1 flying bomb display kit, the TACOM one.
All right, cool.
Mark IV tadpole tank.
Oh, that's the one with the elongated back end, isn't it?
Yeah. It never actually saw service because it kept snapping its own frame. What else we got? I got US ammo truck, World War One. The ICM one that Gary gave me.
Nice.
I've got quite a few kits to be getting on with. But I do think I might do some World War One next. Because I've done quite a bit of modern lately. Well, modern for me anyway. Yeah. Do. Magnificent men and the flying machines, they go up the leap up and down, down.
You can stop there. No, I mean it, because they'll suss it. The algorithms will find that.
Yeah.
It happened to the Interesting Modelling Company the other week.
Yeah.
One of them started singing an ad. Next thing he knew, it'd been copyrighted.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. Oh, they're really hot on it.
Yeah. This bloody daft, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not like I'm ever going to make any money out of my voice. I think other than waiting for that piece to dry so I can sand it down properly, I think that's about it for today.
Yep, I'm at a similar place. I'm just doing things for doing things' sake.
Yeah. Because I'm not putting the undercarriage on till last, I don't think.
No, I'm not putting on till later.
Yeah.
Right then, let's have a look where you are. Oh, before I do that, Jim says, is that the AFV Club model of the Centurion, Mike?
It is. The Australian one, Vietnam. So, I got to tilt it away from the light. I've done the seam there. And I've done the seam there. You'll see. I'm going to clean that up a little bit. And that was the bit that came in the box. And that's the bit I made. I've got to flatten that out on that side. But if you look at it from there, so that's the good one. And that's one I've made. Didn't look too much different when it's on the base. So, should be all good.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's all I've done today. How about you, Steff?
Me?
You?
Oh, that's quite. Oh no, it's okay. Are you the right way round your picture?
I don't know. Maybe.
Have you got some writing anywhere? Hold that up to the camera. No, you're back to front. There we go. Right, now let me have a look at your model. Okay, that is really quite freaky. Are you ready to place yours down? Now I'm going to flick over to mine.
Okay.
Look at the tail. We've both angled the rudder the same way.
Yeah, we are.
And we've both got the deflection down on the tail.
Yeah.
So that's where I am. That needs a little bit more doing. I'm just seeing that bit there. So a little bit more doing on the top there. But the rest is all done.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, everything else is done. So it's just let that dry, blend it back in, and then rescore. Just rescribing needs doing in there. And then this is ready for priming and a white base coat.
Excellent.
So certainly progressing.
Yes.
Progressing nicely. I'm quite
Yes,
happy
indeed.
where I am at the moment. So there we go. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Really appreciate your time and your contributions and your thumbs up and your comments. Really like it. So, Mikey, if you'd like to say a butty ties.
Goodbye.
And it's a goodbye from me too. Stay safe, keep modelling, and we will see you next Friday. So, bye!
Bye.
So go on and do not stop till his tail's down near your prop. If he only crashes this side in flames, then you'll only know they'll believe your claims. So keeping right in the honest sight is the only